presentation. That's I like to have a plan to have about 2 lessons per week with you, but with this presentation, it was delayed a bit. So that's why I put the lesson only for Friday following your proposal. And yeah, I'm still reading the book that you gave me about talk like Ted, and it's about half a book. I read about maybe almost half a book, and I didn't get in the process the second book,
Mhm.
which call about intonations that we were processing on the last hour lesson. Yeah, so
Um,
something like that. But in general, yeah.
that's so great. First of all, because I just don't want to forget. Remember, just put your time about the first one. First book is just like a mentor. Okay, I mean, just like if I want to have some mentor to
Mm-hmm.
someone to talk like you do, I had a little bit of research and I had to just like check my own library. And I just thought that for a person that just like pay attention to TED Talks all the time, why not learning how to speak like a TED? So that was the first priority for me. So do your time and don't worry about the intonation. You need to use the modules while you have something practical. You know, Max. If you don't do any practical, remember
Mm-hmm.
intonation is not like vocabulary even. It goes away
Mm-hmm.
instantly. That means today you learn something, tomorrow you don't use it, and then it's gone. So my main actually reason that I told you I need a presentation, whatever could it be? I mean, just a simple presentation like surf introduction, okay? Or it could be something
Mm-hmm.
just simple like a job interview, or it could be something technical like a part of your business. And the only part was important for me was for you to start using highlighting because you just learned that and I wanted you to have this moment to use it. But anyway, that's all right. Take your time. This is not going to be our first or last session. We have a lot of time. So I try to just keep you on track and help you to absorb as much as you can, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Um, so, okay, for today, actually, I got into some good material, which is mostly about business English. Let's see that how you react to this material. This is the first time, and I'm going to calibrating your type of approach to this material, and let's see how it works. So, today we are going to talk about how pivoting is crucial in business today. So, my question is, have you ever heard of this word?
Yeah, I've heard about this word.
Mhm. And any idea that what could it be?
So it's like changing the direction. Yeah, am I correct?
Yeah, exactly. And in
In
business
some point
term,
of view.
yeah, exactly. And in business term, and when you get into the business, what means the pivoting in the business?
Mm, I think like changing the idea, or for example, if we are talking about our product, for example, we have the origin idea, but then we make a pivot to the closer audience and we change our approach, we change the design and marketing stuff. So we like made a pivot. So is that how I understood this? I can hear you are muted.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, exactly. That was the thing that
Yeah.
I was going to say. Just because of wind, I muted myself. So let's go here. And here's the first question. Why do you think pivoting is important for a business? I'm talking about any businesses, but let's talk about this one. Give me 2 or 3 reasons in very, okay, all I want you to give me clean and brief
I
at
got
this.
you.
You
What
got
you want
me.
to hear?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's do it.
Okay, let me structure it in my mind, first of all. First reason is that the origin idea can be not as much interesting for your audience as you think is the first. And Second, because of the lack of experience. Yeah, I just forgot one word. Just let me.
Okay, so because of
because of the lack of experience, there is a small chance to provide or to implement an idea in really good way. So you are always need to change your vision to adapt your idea to the new reality.
I see. Okay. Thank you. And yeah, I got it, and that was clear. So, okay, Max. Our class is due to self-confidence, and I know it so much. But actually, I cannot betray you at the same time. I need to correct some grammatic part as well as correcting some vocabulary part. Why? Because you just made a statue. You just make a sculpture. This sculpture is very beautiful in some part, and in some part it lacks. I mean, the people that watch it, they think that wow, such a great artist is behind it. But why the words that you put it here is not showing the exact quality of the thing is behind this idea. Okay? So I start with some part here. So you mentioned as the first part the origin idea. Okay. I have a question. You meant what do you mean by origin idea? Please explain to me first.
The origin idea means if you are already made a pivot. So, and it explains the reason why you change your idea. So there is an origin idea and current idea that the situation was changed.
I see. So I understand. You're partially telling me that the idea, okay, you are saying the origin of ideas. That means that the origin of ideas.
Yeah,
okay.
The origin of it. Yeah.
Okay, now it makes sense to me. All right, because okay, as I understood, I just put this one here, and I replace it with some. I give you 2-3. Okay, 2-3 suggestions, and then you tell me which one could, reflect it better. So suggested, ideas from the tutor. So okay, I'm the tutor. I'm telling you some suggested ideas. So let me tell you something. The first thing I think is got to be good is not actually the origin of the idea. Also, you can say the initial idea. If you want to use it as initial idea, because you just want to say the first idea in sequence that happened, So I just simply say it focus on the sequence. I write it here, okay, the focus point. But if you're saying that it's not about the sequence, just about sequence, it's also about the root, okay? It's about the root. You could use also you can use the concept of the original idea. The concept, okay? The concept of the original idea. Sorry. So the concept of original idea is not catchy for your clients. You could say the concept of original idea or the initial idea, which the concept of, original idea, it talks about the sequence at the same time, let's say about the root of your idea. Okay? Because it's a concept. So I want to say, which do you think could show your real intention of sentence better?
I think the second one, the concept of the original ideas.
Okay, thank you. So now what we do, we just replace this part, okay, by the part that you already mentioned. Okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
good. So the concept of original idea is not as catchy for your clients. Okay, now I just want to say something, Max. Mostly when you talk brief and precise, we call that also elegant. We call that elegant talking. That is using for mostly
Mm-hmm.
businesses. Okay, have you ever heard the word elegance? That
Yeah.
exactly. We never mention people by possessive type of adjectives, or we don't use any type of pronouns. Instead of your, we just make it more generalized by simply say the clients. Do you see that? Instead of
Mm-hmm.
saying your
Uh-huh.
clients, I just say the clients because it shows more quality of elegance talking in terms of business. Okay? So
Mm-hmm.
2 points
Brilliant.
has been made, right? Okay. So don't worry, Max. This session will be recorded and always will be available on Classin, so you can watch your session anytime you want. I will,
Sure.
okay. So, Max, could you please read this sentence one more time?
The concept of the original idea is not as catchy for the clients.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you feel it, Max? It got a little bit more generalized at the same time, more focus and elegance quality inside it. So let's go with the second part, which you said because of the lack of the experience, there is a small chance to provide a good idea. So you need to change your visions. Okay, sorry. Just need to change this to visions. Okay, yeah. Because of the lack of it. Okay. I also take this one. All right. Actually, I give this one higher mark. You did a great job this one. Okay. I don't see any significant error here, except some modification needed, some adjustment. For example, instead of
Lack of
because,
experience cause lack of
yeah.
experience cause a small chance of
Mm-hmm.
providing a good idea.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So much
Yeah.
better. So much better. You modified it yourself. Also, I just if I want to edit this sentence for you, I would just add due to or due to, just like due to
Uh-huh.
lack of the experience, there is a small chance to provide a good. Okay, I always tell my students, good is not quality adjective. Is not a quality adjective at all. It cannot
Mm-hmm.
show the real meaning of a speaker. Never. It cannot show. So here comes my suggestion again. I want to ask my suggestion. So, suggested part, suggested ideas from a tutor. So, Max, I want to ask you this question. You said good idea. Which one could be the best one? I have a couple of things, and you said doable and possible ideas to reach. You are saying good idea means productive one. From good, you means bright and precise ideas in term of strategy. Okay, these are
Um,
my ideas. Which one
really
do you
interesting
think?
one. Sorry, I will interrupt. Yeah, maybe even none of them.
Mhm.
But the idea that could take place in this world, that it is really needed. Is
Okay,
there some adjectives that can describe this sense?
of course. We call that demanded and
Oh yeah,
requested.
yeah,
You know.
that one.
So remember, also you can modify this one by just adding a hyphen to that. Okay, remember hyphen is very just it's something that is so popular between American speakers. The hyphen makes your own product, okay, in adjective. So just very fast to tell you what's going on here. If you cannot find your adjective, Max, don't be stressed, okay? Don't be just like disappointed. You can make your own just like product by using just one hyphen here, okay? By using one hyphen, so you told me something. Can you tell me again? You said, I want to say an idea that is
needed, demanded. Yeah, demanded. And highly requested. Yeah, it is the same.
So good. We are looking for is needed ideas. Do you see that, Max? For 95% of American English speaker, this is totally understandable. And remember, you could just use a little bit of body language to make him understand easier. We are looking for is needed ideas, and then they understand what you're talking about. Remember, you can create your own adjective anytime, anywhere. Don't look for that. The time for dictionary is kindly, just like you have time to recover it, okay? Always in speaking. Just a body language, just a gesture, and then hyphen in your typing is going to be okay. So, can I ask you, please, for one more time? Just let me add this one. Okay. Can I ask you, please, to modify and then tell me what's going on here?
Okay. The lack of experience caused the small chance of providing and is needed ideas or highly requested ideas. Yeah. So
yeah, highly requested.
Which one is better to put? Like highly
requested
requested
ideas.
Highly requested
Something
ideas.
that we have it in dictionary, man. Highly requested is something you can find in dictionary. If you just search it in dictionary, you can find it. Okay. But remember, one thing that make a speaker so catchy is being productive and being creative. All right. This is what American people do when they speak. Mostly they try to put some creative part that is not already told by anyone else, like copyright type of thing. It is something is my creation. I want to say it. That's why we say it by hyphen. So just this one, I can tell you first. We can say due to lack of experience. There is a small chance of providing. Okay, small chance not to provide. Small chance of. Then I make it like gerund. Small chance of providing. Make it like gerund. Providing some kind of is needed ideas. So you need to change your visions. Instead of so, which I believe is not the best, also you can use therefore. Because it shows the total quality of your conclusion. Is not just part of that total. Just a suggestion. So therefore comes in handy better. Max, was it distinct and was it precise for you, right?
Yeah, so actually it's not hard for me, but I'm also doing with my text because I'm do copywriting sometimes, but I can't do this during speaking, like in real time. So it's kind of hard for me for now, but in the future, I think it will be fixed.
Of course, Max, remember, it is not like bing and bang. It's not like ping and pong. We cannot just learn like that. I show you the strategy, okay? I don't want you to just learn instantly all of that. But remember, for example, two things. So I told you when you don't remember your adjective, make it with hyphen and the body language. Number two, I told you some ideas. After the class, you can check your, just script or the video script and try to see what was suggested. Okay, maybe you can use it. So, all right. The second question here is a little bit tricky. Okay. Here we go with the second question. It says, give some examples I'll give some example of reasons a company might pivot. So what's going on?
Hmm. I don't even remember such companies actually because.
Actually, you are not talking about the example of the company. You are telling me the example of reasons. For example, I can tell you.
Reasons.
Yeah. For example, you can
Uh-huh.
say
Okay.
those companies which started with a wrong board and pushy uh, like ideas from their elders, but it didn't survive in the real market. So this is, for example, my
Yeah,
idea.
and there's
Those companies
yeah.
that we started with the wrong board and pushy ideas from their elders, but it didn't survive in the real market. So,
And the reason, actually, I will continue your sentence. And the reason why they can survive in the market is because of competition, is because of their competitors that have innov more innovative, or how is better to say, uh, newer one.
mm-hmm. You are saying that. Don't worry. You
Yeah, so
need to tell.
something like that. Newer idea, innovative idea, innovative and ambitious ideas. Yeah, that is the reason. So because everything is going on, is moving on, and Yuma, just let me structure my sentence as well.
Okay, don't worry.
Your idea must always be modern, and that is the first reason. Yeah, modernization.
Okay.
Short sentence, that's with all the sentence that I want to transfer before.
So yeah. So I just added there. Okay. So we just started, and let's see the harmony going on here. So those companies which started with the wrong board and pushy ideas from their elders, but it didn't survive in a real market. The reason why they couldn't provide more innovative ideas. Okay, instead of because, you can say is because, is the reason is, and then you continue with that because everything is going on. Everything is going on. Okay. Instead of everything that is going on, which is a little bit, okay, I will tell you this one. Okay, you can change it into some ideas. Okay, some part. You can say the way things are going. Okay, or you can say running. So
Running, yeah,
the way things
also.
are running, or the way things are going, or you can say the way they, for example, planted those ideas into the, the board. Just let's say that's this, because the way they planted those ideas into the board, or let's say because the board here means the market or whatever. So provide more innovative ideas is because everything is going. So okay, your idea must be modern. So that would be the first step. Instead of this sentence, you could just make it a little bit shorter. And instead of saying modern, you can say modernization. You know, I think the word modernization is totally better because modernization is come from a system. It, it's the process of social change. The everything. So you can say just uh, modernization in this part is not a social, is financial part. So you can say the modernization is needed as the first, instead of, let's say instead of step, you can say priority. You know,
Priority, yeah.
yeah, say modernization is needed as the first priority. So also your sentence is fine, no problem. Just want to add one more idea that you might just absorb it later. Yeah, now is getting better. See that, Max? You are getting warmed up. The first part, you had some grammatical mistakes. The second part, your brain totally, just modify yourself, made you a little bit more, let's say accurate about the grammar. You had no grammatical mistake, just you had some, let's say, not the best word to put, okay? Not that. So,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still all right, no problem. One thing is still obvious is the rhyme and harmony of creativity inside you, which we need to improve that, by similar questions. You a little bit, it takes
Mm-hmm.
time for you, to create, which for your job, I think, sometimes is needed to be a little bit faster. So,
Yeah.
but I definitely know in your mother tongue you are a monster. So don't worry about it. I'm just talking about in terms of English. Yeah. So, um, let's say this one. Max, this one is a little bit personal, more in detail. So, do you know any companies that they actually pivot?
Hmm. Maybe even if I know, I can't remember it right now.
Uh,
Hmm.
the one that's right
Really?
now, we just have it in our house, in every smart TV, in every computer, in every iPad, in every iPhone. You can find it for watching movies and series as well.
Oh, so actually about Netflix, so they really made a pivot also because they gave CD discs for a rent, and then they become like how it even called.
Movie production.
So they started to move production, yeah, move production.
They move into the movie production and they became just like one of those leaders right now in producing and just like distributing movies. So yeah, you can see that's one of them in Netflix. Any other do you know? I can help you. This one actually I hate it because it's one of those, I call it money slaughtering machine, that you have to just receive your payment through that, but always the cost, the fees and hidden fees and conversion fees makes it less catchy for freelancers. Any idea what could it be?
Freelancers, maybe you are talking about some freelance platforms.
It's not a platform. Is the
I've
way you receive your money through those platforms mostly.
payment processor,
Exactly.
yes,
Yeah.
something like payment processor. There are different payment processors. It's a Braintree, it's a PayPal, it's a Stripe, but I
Said
don't
it.
know
You said
which
it.
one you are talking about because I
PayPal.
don't know. PayPal,
Yeah.
PayPal.
The the only one that slaughters your money is PayPal. Just remember that. The only one slaughters your money hard. You don't believe it? That was your money that came to, and the same money that customer paid. So yeah. And
Mm.
any idea how PayPal pivot?
Mm, PayPal. I don't know their history actually, yeah. So I want to tell tales.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, the PayPal at first it was, Confinity. Confinity was designed to provide encryption on mobile devices. You know, and
Uh-huh.
they
Uh-huh.
quickly realized that it was dependent on others to build application. So they decided to shift totally. So totally the PayPal was totally just encryption technology, nothing like this we know. But little by little
Ah.
they just cut their ties to other third party type application, and they became just like the self-sufficient, you know what I'm saying, in that case. And then
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
start processing money through their own network. So yeah, that's the story of that. So anyway, maybe as one of the tasks, you could tell me you can record. So you can record your voice, okay, and send it to me. Tell me about the pivoting in different companies. Sorry, you can give me two or three type of thing and explain to me how they pivot. Okay, how you do it, Max. First, you go and read it from the internet. Then, please, Max, don't read it. Okay, just close it. Start paraphrasing. Okay, just start paraphrase that. Do you know the meaning of paraphrase, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I know
so
it.
okay, you paraphrase that, you put it inside your own world, and give me the production from Maxish. I don't want something from that website. I want it to be 100 original to you,
Uh-huh.
okay, from you. And just record it to me and let me know. I like a storyteller, Max. Think you are running a podcast, okay? You are running a podcast, giving your listeners some beautiful thing about pivoting, okay? So, do you want me to remind you
But
later?
actually, no. I understood the task actually, and I will keep it in my mind and in my the task manager also. But will it be good if I firstly, for example, write it on my notebook? Then maybe I will make some training, and then I will record you an audio, like when I will be like a bit trained in this topic. Will it be okay, or I need to try to paraphrase it just after the reading?
Max, because from the tech technical aspect, your English
Hmm.
can be more, let's say, advanced. You know, but actually, your decision making is a little bit slow in case of speaking. So if we just rely on writing, we make your decision making
Okay, yeah,
process a
I
little bit,
got you.
long again. For example, you have always in your self confidence a step. You call it preparation. We want to make this preparation a little bit faded, okay, fade away, like a music that's going down, all right, and then help you to do it.
Wow. Okay, I
You know what I'm
understand.
saying? Actually, you're good in right. I know that this is what
Yeah.
you're good at. You want to show me, hey, I want to have a one punch man. We want to show me something. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Very structured approach. I'm a bit shocked. So you define the problem so fastly. Yeah, great. Okay, I understood.
You are my priority, Max. I really just learn a lot of things about you every time I have class with you. So this is just a starting, we should give each other time. We like two friends that we just met each other and we want to know more things, in order to help each other differently. You help me with telling me something that you do. I help you with some solutions that you can get out of that vertigo that is going on. So, all right, this is fine. We have probably a little bit time to just remember this is not the vocabulary. I know most of them you know it. Just I want you to read it and then we have some topic to talk about. So let's start with first pivot.
Hmm. You were switching to focus on something new.
Okay.
Switching to focus?
Hmm.
It's some kind of weird structure. Switching to focus.
Yeah. Max, I want to tell you how to define a word, just like the best way, like dictionary one. Okay. If this word is a verb, the best is to start your sentence with the gerund or infinitive. Okay. That means you can say also to
Hmm.
switch. Okay. This is the best way to show a verb. Okay. Okay. This is the best.
But why not switching the focus?
Okay. Say
Switching the
switching
focus. Why switching to focus?
to focus. Switching to focus on. That means you switch because
Uh-huh.
you want to focus on something. Switch to focus on something. That means you switch because you want to focus on something new. You don't switch to focus. You switch because you want to focus on something new. That's the whole thing.
Okay,
Hmm?
yeah. It's a different sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Switch to focus. That means you switch that focus. Put it in another part. So let's go with another one. And podcast.
A digital audio file made available on the internet for downloading.
Very nice. So you can see that if your word that you are going to define is a noun, the best way is to start it with a. and then you need to exactly use a name, as just like adjective name or just name is a noun. Sorry, use a noun instead of that. So podcast digital audio file made available on the internet for downloading. Even you can try different construction. I want to just have this one. You are my teacher, my presenter, and you are the podcaster right now. What is your podcast about? How many ways we can define a word? Okay, this is the first one. Paraphrase it, Mas. Let me see how we can paraphrase this one.
Okay, so podcast is an audio recording
Mm-hmm.
of the topic that the speaker is talking about.
Okay.
Maybe some kind of another way. What is podcast?
Remember,
Recording.
what you do, I want to just help you to give you some idea how you can just suggest it in different part. Max, we have some part of the every word that we call it core meaning, okay? Mostly we don't change the core meaning.
Mm-hmm.
That means core meaning is fine, man. Why we need to change the core? For example, when you say water is liquid, okay, it's liquid. In any type of moderation, we keep the liquid here, okay? But let's go for the second part, which is not core. Actually, they are somehow as the sub, you know? They are sub meaning of that. Or we can say it's like just like some details, just like that. This is the part that you can change it all the time. That means you keep the first part, just like this one, a digital or audio file, doesn't matter, digital audio file. Okay, then the rest, I want to change it. I want to change it to another part. I say, okay, just I say similar to radio broadcast that can be downloaded, listened on a computer or MP3 player. I made a trick. I'm a boomer. I just made it on MP3 player. Yeah. I'm a goddamn boomer right now. Yeah. MP3 player, sir. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay.
Okay, so podcast is digital audio that
Mm-hmm.
follows a specific topic and can be downloaded from the internet.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Amazing. I have a new dictionary in the internet. That's great. See that, Max? The brain works easier this way. Always follow this technique. Core meaning must be there. This is like core of the apple, core of the peach, doesn't matter. You plant it and the tree would be different, fruit gonna be different, but the core stay the same. So never forget about your core. That's great, Max. I'm really proud of you. What you did was great. Yeah. So
Thank you. Okay, yeah,
yeah.
I got you.
Okay, let's go with the next part. Another one, lapse. Okay, what is lapse?
Like a time lapse, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A short period of time during which you fail to do something well or properly, often caused by not being careful. Actually, maybe I don't know the specific translation of this word.
Mm-hmm.
Lapse.
So, a short period of time
Okay, yeah.
during which you fail to do something well or properly, often caused by not being careful. Also, the another way that I can tell you about lapse is I tell you some synonym to help you to understand it better. Okay, so just let me first. I need to cut this, provide you a little bit of space, like this one, and then I give you some synonym that I already provided. Actually, when we see lapse, is a similar thing that we say something like, let's say, decline, let's say, slip, let's say, fall, let's say, sink. Okay? Instead of lapse, you can use any of them.
Okay.
It's the same. It's short. So when say lapse is a noun. Okay, that means um, this is like if someone lapses into a particular way of that means something for a short period of time. Just like that. So it's very obvious. And also the moment of bad behavior by someone. The moment of bad behavior. You know. Um, did you get it? For example, I can tell you.
Yeah, I get it.
For example, we talk about a person, okay, like James, okay, and James was faded. He wasn't even drunk. Do you know the meaning of faded?
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy was okay. I found James so different right now. Okay, yeah. So James was so drunk that he went and had a makeup and came out the room. And in this case, we put that sentence like a sentence. We say it was an uncommon lapse of him, or it was an uncommon lapse from him. Okay, so both correct. We are talking about the short moment of time that he had a slip. He had a just decrease in the quality of behavior. Okay, so yeah. So you can see that in the sentence exactly we put it here.
So lapse from him and lapse on him are both correct, yeah?
Lapse on him, that means the behavior that got on him. That you can just say that. But mostly we said lapse of something, or you can make it like just possessive adjective, like his lapse. The incident be seen as a serious type of his lapse. His lapse. That means he was responsible for that lapse, like his fall. It's like say he was responsible for his fall. Just like that. Also, we can say fall from, just like behavior, or fall from his position. So of and from are okay. On is a little bit not common. I didn't hear that a lot, but it's okay. You can use that. So I say of mostly. Okay. Any question in this part? Is it clear?
Yeah, it is clear. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Now,
and I need to paraphrase it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you know that right now.
Okay. So I need to paraphrase lapse. Lapse is a short moment of time that you fail to do something that expects that fail to do something fail to do something well, and not as it is expected to be.
Ah, that's great. That's great. That's great. That's great. Or, for example, the suggested phrase from me would be a short or temporary period. Look at that. I'm a little bit, type of thing. I just put short or temporary, just like period when you fail or forget to do something in the right way. Instead of saying just fail, I always just add some alternatives. This is also a good technique. They call it alternative technique. Okay, this is alt. This is alt. This is a way of paraphrasing also. You just put alternative, short, temporary, the same. Fail or forgot to do something in the right way, same. You just put it in another way. Also, your the way you put it, it was okay, because one thing for me was very important, and that was just preserving the core, and you did it. Preserving the core is very important. So, expenditure. What's going on?
The action of spending or using time, money, energy, etc. Expenditure. Also the first time that I hear this word. but
Mm-hmm.
I understood the meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Expenditure. Okay, let me paraphrase this. So,
I can give you some quick modification for that if you want. Some more maybe synonyms if you need, or if you don't need, it's okay. You can just continue yourself.
okay, yeah. So it's a process when you spend something in vain
Okay, so you're saying
or needlessly, yeah.
is a process. Sorry, is a process of spending.
Spending spending whatever in vain.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that. All right, I get it. So you are saying that is a process of spending whatever. Okay, this is a little bit, in dark. This part
In vain, like needlessly or something like that, I mean.
in problem actually. My problem is whatever. I'm just thinking, why whatever? Because whatever is so vast and so wide range that I can say. For example, if
Yeah,
you
we,
say whatever, that
we
means can I say I just had a very huge amount of expenditure on alcohol because it's whatever.
maybe. Okay, we can use the same sequence as in the origin sentence. Time, money, energy is a process of spending time, money, energy, etc., needlessly or in
Okay.
vain.
Hmm. Hmm. Actually, you put it in nicest way, in so much better way, that I myself liked it. Also, you can say expenditure is spending of money on something. Mostly, expenditure is informal way. We just focus on money most of time. Um,
Yeah,
Also,
mostly.
informal. Informal part is spending money because I like 9 out of 10. I hear expenditure for money. But okay, definitely, you can use it in other cases too. For example, let me give you an example here to understand exactly what we're talking about. So look at this sentence. It said, policies of tax reduction must lead to reduced public expenditure. Definitely here is about money. You see?
Yeah, the
So
most common
yeah, the
sense.
most
Yeah.
common one is money. So if it is on me, I use it on money. But if it's on you, you can use it on money, time, and energy. Remember, this is not the core. The main core is the spending that you preserved it again. Very nice. Yeah. Just the most part is the spending. Spending on something, no, cannot be. Actually, mostly we use it for money. Mostly. But also can be on energy and time.
Yeah.
Ah, this is, just a little bit thing. Max, we got to this point. I wanted to tell you how you can be not just a language learner, how you can be also a person that has deeper aspect of language. Think about, you have a word, you find it on dictionary, but actually you don't know how common is that. By going to the Google and simply going to the part which they call it use over time. Okay, for example, we are talking about pivoting. You say that this word just appeared in 1850, then it got a little bit popular, then it had a just like popular trend until 2000, I believe. 2000 was the best part because most of pivoting happened in 2000. So you can see by this chart that how much you are talking like an old man, a boomer, how much talking you like a snowflake, and how much you're talking like a Max. It's so important. So this helps you a lot. Okay, just when you learn a word,
Uh-huh.
go into the Google and expand that tab. Okay, when you expand it, you see something like this. Okay, and then you can see the word.
Okay, I got you.
You got it right. Because some people, in the middle of the talk and speaking, they talk like old English, and then just remind me of Sherlock Holmes. I don't know how to use to answer them. So yeah. And the second thing, actually, I want to tell you about the pronunciation. If you ever thought you have problem in pronunciation, do you have any problem in pronunciation, Max?
Sometimes, yeah, but for example, for the last week, I had call with three persons from London. Maybe you
Mm-hmm.
know such service called Lunch Club that met you with different people all around the world, and they were like wondered because how about my pronunciation, and is that it is like more American, and especially when I never been to America. So something like that. So
I don't see any
they was
problem with that. I don't see any problem with that because some pronunciation
imitation as we were.
school.
Yeah. So.
So just remember, I just show you a technique that when you are alone and sometimes you want to even practice it, okay, with AI, because you are a fan of AI, I see. This is the Google type of thing. You need to just type this one, how to pronounce, and then you add the word at the end. And then you see this bar will appear, okay? And it has two, you can see that in the task, we have two type of pronunciation that you can change. It's set on American pronunciation, then you can change on British pronunciation, okay? And here comes like sound like what? Pivoting, okay? Just like this. And pivoting. So yeah, pivoting is just like pivoting, all right? And then you can make it slow here. And at the end, Max, this is the great part. Remember, just we have more than 1,000 apps that they based on this app just by different texture and different theme. But this is simply this one, okay? So then you can practice it.
Mm-hmm.
You say it, your microphone recorded it, and the AI helps you to correct your pronunciation, okay? Let's say it's 80% accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
you pay my Indian friend
Curing.
to correct
Yeah.
pronunciation sometimes. Sometimes the Indian friend can correct your pronunciation, and sometimes gonna make you a little bit just like, let's say, confused. You know.
Yeah, because I didn't know about this widget that they add, because they added not so long ago.
Oh, you knew that, right?
But I had never I had never like make a query about how to pronounce something.
Oh, that's great.
I
That's great.
just try to listen it in Google Translator, and that's all.
Google Translator actually is okay. Let's say closer, but this, this widget actually, what you see, this add-on on Google is exactly what they worked on, just like the human-like, more humanized. Okay,
Oh wow.
that's why you could work on that as more
Okay.
source that you can rely. Okay, so
Okay, great. I
two
will
ways.
take a
Okay,
look on that one.
yeah, okay, good. And let's go for the last one, sir. Trial and error. What's going on with that?
Process of experimenting with various methods of doing something until finding the most successful method. Trial and error. Actually, for me, it's two different words, but they merge their senses from some context in this description. Hmm.
So let me give you an example
Uh,
if you want to see that how they use it.
yeah.
Okay. So for example, I just very fast cut this word, give you a little bit space. Mhm. Okay. Now you have the space and good. So actually, the trial and error is a pack of things. It's just like we say lots of trial and errors like this. We say after lots of trial and error, RAM now has things down to a science. Okay. So, or you could just use the similar type of thing. We should say over the years or something like that. You can say my process
Mm-hmm.
home is very trial and error, calculated, and let's say accurate. Just like this. Remember, trial and error is a noun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can say my process at home is very trial error, calculated, and focused. Sorry, and focused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you can see that in this page, trial error, they're a pack of things together. They work. That means you make something, you simplify it. If it is correct, if it is wrong.
Yeah, I got the sense. Okay. Okay.
So how you can explain it? Your suggestion. I'm open.
It's like the method.
Mm-hmm.
when you experiment different approach until you find the best one. Different approaches.
Okay. So I get it until you find the best one. Okay.
Okay, and I should paraphrase it once more. The methods of experimenting different approaches until the best one will be found.
Yeah. Okay. So I got this one of experimenting. It's coming down. Method is.
Until yeah.
Sir, I cannot tell you you're wrong. You're like my professor of university. I cannot tell you you're wrong, but the method gives me a good reason to tell you. Because Max, actually, trial and error is not a method, is not formal, is not registered anywhere. Is just process, is just the way of experimenting. Method makes it more inside some Guinness or some registered way. That if I see this method, so there must
something official.
Exactly, sir. You are doing correct right now. So it's just better simplify it to the way or simply the process.
Or process.
Yeah. Let it be, okay? This is exactly closer one than method. Because you did a great job, actually. I told you this is a good one. But then I need your source. Who registered that, sir? Who registered that trial and error is a method? Can I use it? So, yeah. So it's great. Max, remember what we do? We just correct the part of understanding. That's all. Okay? So, okay, Max, very fast conclusion. Okay, I want to conclude today what we did. Okay, so we started actually by here. We started the first part. We talked about why do you think pivoting is important for business. You told me your ideas. You told me the origin ideas, which I changed into something like original or the concept of original idea. Okay, which I made into the sequence mostly. Then instead of because of, I said due to is better. Okay. And also we talked about good. I told you good never reflects the real meaning of something. You need to change it all the time to doable, to productive, to bright, or demanded, or highly requested. Okay. And I told you also about hyphen, that how hyphen works. You can make and produce your own type of adjective just easily with that. Like you said, is needed idea. This one is needed idea. Okay, just like this one. You can tell people by shouting. Intonation is rising because it's yours. This is needed ideas. Just you are just emphasize. Okay, and then we get here with you said everything. You use a little bit more of public and general words. Then I said instead of that everything, you can just make it a little bit better in the way things are going or running. Okay, and this one. Actually, the second one, actually, I didn't like it as well. So let's go. And the last one, we talked about some core meaning and sub meaning for defining. So when you want to define your words, use the core, always the same. Use the sub or details in change. You can change it all the time. Modification needed. And the last one, we talked about the lapse, which is a very temporary fail in your behavior. Okay, just like Max. No, sorry, just like Jack, we had him here. So, and also we talked about alternative type of explanation that they bring or, and then alternatives are here. A short or temporary. Fail or forgot to do something right way. And then we talked about expenditure that mostly is about money, then is about time. I don't know about energy, but it's fine. So, and then I told you how you can see how modern is your word, how you can practice this widget or add-on, I don't know. And trial and error was the last part that we talked about. Max, what do you think?
Yeah, actually, it's a great so the lesson is well structured, and I'm excited about your approach. So and the problem definition and strategies, because it's really well structured ways that I can understand and I could apply. So yeah, that's great.
So Max, you know what we're going to do next time? We are going to continue this lesson, okay? But as a test, first we have very fast one. We continue to the reading, and if it is catchy, we continue. If it is not catchy, I bring a new type of material and we continue from that, okay? So this is our next plan.
Okay.
Yeah. So Max, please
Okay.
don't forget
And what
your
about
test.
like a presentation you gave me?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great, Max. Give me a
Yeah.
podcast.
So okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I
You
will
remember what you
record
did, right?
some
Oh yeah.
paraphrasing.
I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the companies that they pivot during their their survival period or the initial period. They start pivoting. Okay. Tell me about them. What was the
Mm-hmm.
reason of pivoting? And okay, they became successful after pivoting, or it was just like another nonsense after that. It was unsuccessful step. Okay. You can just change it into initial pivoting, just like subsequent pivoting and final pivoting. You can just also say in this one as well, because some companies have different renaissance. So okay, Max. Any other questions for today?
Actually, there are no questions, so
Okay.
it's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Fredj.
Remember, just after this class, the video file would be available on Classin. Okay, Max. I just wish you a great night. Have a nice one.
Thank you. Bye. You too.